Do you guys mind if I turn the lights down?
No, that's okay.
Oh, wait, no, wait, come on. Okay.
You guys want to move the table?
Yeah.
Whatever you want. I'll do it.
Okay, hello everyone. We are Grand Valley State University, Team B. My name is Amelia Parental. To the right of me is Nathan. This is Brian, and then Cindera, Joe Walker, and Joe Costa.
So the inspiration for the My Hero program is Jim Brad. He's a veteran that we interviewed during the research process. A veteran of the Vietnam War, after returning home, he dedicated his time to helping others navigate the complex veteran benefit system. Our model for the My Hero program is predicated on Jim's model. Now the video that we're about to show you actually highlights a lot of the frustrations faced by Michigan veterans today.
You've sacrificed a lot to make others comfortable. You finally receive home's warm embrace. But now what? Endless forms, an eternity of pages. Where is someone to help you in your hour of need? The resource network of My Hero veterans specialize in helping you help the ones you love. By creating a user profile and locating the nearest My Hero certified organization, My Hero will connect you with benefits such as education, employment, healthcare, and quality of life. From the young to the old, every hero needs a sidekick. Get started today at myhero.gov or call 1-800-4-MY-HERO.
Now the issues brought up in the video were continually brought up throughout our research process.
Our research process was the beginning of the initiating process, one of the 3 process groups we're going to be discussing today. It has included a service organization survey, attending veteran-centered events, and performing a meta-analysis. Our service organization survey had an overwhelming response rate, and we were able to understand truly what veteran organizations needed. Attending veteran-centered events allowed us to talk one-on-one with veterans and veteran organizations, such as Jim Bradley, as well as the West Michigan Veteran Coalition. Our meta-analysis allowed us to find statistics and detailed information about veteran benefit processes and helped us find faults in the system.
Like Amelia already mentioned about the various research techniques that we have looked into, we have categorized the opportunity assessment under service organizations and under veterans. When we did the survey with the veteran organizations, we noticed that the veteran organizations didn't have all the resources to assist the veterans with the services and benefits. They in fact had to redirect them to other organizations who had the expertise. We also noticed that they didn't have enough funds to market themselves to let the veterans know what services they are providing to them. When we looked at the veterans' perspective, scattered resources. Veterans didn't know which organizations to approach to get the help with their services and benefits. We also noticed that they were not aware of what services and benefits they are actually eligible for. And when we looked at the cumbersome process during the video, we saw that the veterans were not able to go through all the forms, redundant information that they had to enter for each and every form. We are going to address all these issues today through My Hero program.
And so it was through our opportunity assessment that we noticed 3 key themes: a need for centralization, outreach, and then a realization. Under centralization, we have our website and our toll-free number. Under outreach, we have our training program and marketing campaign. And lastly, there's a realization component where the successes and benefits of this program are realized. Coupled with all of this, most importantly, is an ease of use, which creates our core. Moving into the planning process group, we started with the triple constraints. which are the key attributes needed for any project to get to completion. I will begin with scope, which are the functional elements that make up a project. The first one is centralization, where everything comes together. As you see on our website, our toll-free number, the first thing on the website is secure profile. This is raw, and veterans will put their data in, and this will allow the autofill process to fill out the forms and applications for them, getting rid of that redundancy you can see, just speeding up the process. Then we'll have a directory of local veteran organizations around the state, and that will show them with a map and a list where the most local ones are to them. Again, we'll have our customer relations management dashboard, and that's for veteran organizations to monitor the status of applications. And lastly, all of this will be securely stored in the database. Then we have our 1-800-4MyHero toll-free number, which will route veterans to the nearest service organization so they can have a more conversational approach to solving these problems, and also for those who may not be internet savvy.
The second component in our project's core is outreach. Outreach for our program is comprised of three main components. First, we had to create a brand that you see here. After we create a brand, next we want to be able to let organizations use that likeness in order for them to promote what their services are under our unified brand. So simply by attending many day-long training events that we have throughout the state, they can become MyHero certified and use that imagery. However, in order for them to have a demand, we have to get veterans excited about the services that we're offering. That brings us into the third part of our marketing phase, which is advertising. So through advertising on traditional as well as digital and social media platforms, we will be able to create demand through utilizing those platforms in order to get veterans excited about what we're offering.
Now our third and final tenet is realization. For the veterans and the service organizations, it's not only about the number of veterans served, but it's also about linking each and every veteran to the most valuable benefit that they are eligible to receive, as well as we would like to keep veterans and service organizations independent, as they already are. Now, if I could direct your attention to the bottom of the slide, for businesses, we would like to increase the job pool by adding highly talented and qualified veterans who will, for sure, become strong leaders in the workplace. Now, we'd also like to couple that with an increased usage of the federal work opportunity tax credit, which will cut costs for businesses as well as lower unemployment for the state. Now, speaking of the state, with the higher number of federal benefits received by veterans, the state can then take all the resources that they are now using for veterans and reallocate it towards Michigan families in need.
When we come to the second part of the triple constraint, it's cost. If we look at the total budget, marketing takes up 46% and IT 36%. Like Joe already mentioned, the various platforms that we want to utilize to advertise, the budget would be utilized for that. And the 36% of the IT budget would be utilized for enhancements of the website that Nate already talked about today.
The final triple constraint is time. We began our process on January 10th, 2014 with the initiating process, and we'll be closing out the process and moving to a more long-term program on May 29th, 2015. The whole time we'll be monitoring and controlling the process, which will include the creation and implementation of said IT, marketing, and training programs.
We recognize some assumptions that exist in our project. One is that we're assuming that these service organizations all have internet access and will be able to reach our website. We're also presuming that the appropriate amount of capital will be allocated to properly fund our project plan. We have some exclusions as well. One is that we are not including costs that would be associated with website modifications that would happen beyond the scope of our planning. We're also not including the backlog of veteran benefit applications that have been submitted to the federal government. Along with assumptions and exclusions, we create some risks. The risks you see here are what we recognize, which fall under our core tenets. We plan to mitigate these risks using federal grants, targeted marketing, and communications.
So we have specific criteria that we instituted in order to gauge the success of our program, and we've structured those criteria under the core tenets that we are following with this program. So in conclusion, the MyHero program is an easy-to-use, one-stop shop digital platform that allows veterans to be better served and more veterans to be served through the program. That's our MyHero program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike.
inclusions, the applications, we're not gonna go back and explain a little bit more.
Forward aye. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yeah, it was the backlog on the applications.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So-
what is it we're not going to include?
So right, with the over 570,000 applications that are now backlogged through the federal government, we're going to exclude those. But then with the My Hero program, we're going from now on. Also, Michigan has been able to actually further federal claims from their own veterans.
Also, you know, oftentimes we work hard to define scope, you know, what is in this project, and it's easy to lose sight of what is not. So, that's good.
Thank you.
Do you have to go out and meet with?
We did. We met with Elena Bridges of the West Michigan Veterans Coalition, and she invited us to their quarterly meetings, and we met a lot of different veteran service veteran organizations that they talked to us about their problems and everything. So.
Because they actually are an organization that brings in other organizations. So we met one organization which connected us to 5 other organizations.
And is this doesn't only have to do with the project itself, is the grant a real thing?
No, we
We
created.
created.
Oh, so it's really because we created it.
Right, it's really because you created it,
Yes.
but is that something truly available?
It is, we
Yes.
did check that very well.
Yep, we did. And it's still available because we didn't trademark it.
We tried.
So please don't take it.
The video at the very beginning, was that something you did?
I did that, yeah. I'm a film and video major as well as a business management major.
So that was your radio voice on there?
That was actually
That
our,
was
our great mentor, Chuck.
Fearless leader,
Well
Chuck
done.
Stevens.
I thought the approach overall, you know, you're kind of taking the customer and business side that, you know, let's get some organizations, get some real horsepower behind this, and then we go direct to the vets as well.
That was one of the things that we established right away, was that there already such a good system of organizations that want to help and have already put in time and effort. We just wanted to really utilize that as much as we could. So that's why we kind of went with a more business-to-business approach, business-to-consumer approach in regards to our marketing.
And most of that information came out through our survey that we initially sent out, and we had an overwhelming response from all the organizations. They gave us information, how they want to help, and what they lacked at this point in time, which really helped us to put all this together.
How many surveys did you send out?
We sent out around 150 and we got 30% response.
30%, that is pretty good.
It's really good, and typically like you expect 2. But I think that it spoke to, it's funny, but I think it spoke to the fact that there's a want out there from those organizations to better serve those veterans, but there's a lack of resources to do so.
Great job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.